Good morning. In case you're new, we live in the hills of Missouri, in northwest Missouri, and it's beautiful out here. The rolling hills are just gorgeous. I love taking a drive and just taking it all in. And this is what we have for a view. The trees are just spectacular, and they change throughout the day. Here's our garden. Today, I'm going to go ahead and put my Brussels sprouts that have been patiently waiting out to where I'm going to plant them. I'm going to get them acclimated to that area. Sorry, but I have to use two hands. Right here, my husband's going to till up where the potatoes were. And we're going to put them right in here. So I'm going to let them sit out for a while today, depending on how hot it gets. I will take them back in the shade or in direct sunlight. This kind of stays shady a little bit some of the day. I want to see what's going on in the garden here. We've got tomatoes. One's ripening, but boy, it's got some splits in it up there, but it'll be edible if it gets ripe. The leaves are looking a lot better. We have harsh winds in the spring, and it kind of dry. Even though we have humidity, it still kind of dries them out, I think. So we watered them real good. I watered the tops of them as well, and put some fertilizer on them, and I hope they can make tomatoes. It's been a long spring this year. Last year, I had tons of cucumbers. I have tons of blooms, but the cucumbers are not really making it. I don't know. I know that there was one that was growing over here, and it's just little. And there's one growing. They're starting to grow. I may need to get some good fertilizer on it. I put some Miracle Grow on it. Looky here at a cantaloupe. My husband's getting ready to put a fence up because we have coons and we have possums. Trying to keep the weeds out is just, I gave up last year and I'm giving up this year. I'll pull a few. I'll try to keep it away from the plants. The plant roots and stuff where they take in the nutrients. This water grass, we were flooded. This gets a little bit flooded down here. I need to make a couple trenches. Wonder if the beans are going to give us some more. They had blooms. Not too many. Some of them are. I think the beans are done pretty much. I was going to wait until the blooms grew and see what happens, because there's a little beans on there. We'll wait till fall, I think. Just wait till fall when it's nice and cool, and they'll probably give me more. If not, I'll pull them out. Peppers, I don't know. It's been such a wet year, and they like it a little bit dry. They're growing up. My sweet potatoes are growing all over. I hope I get some sweet potatoes out of them. I've been putting cardboard down and newspapers that we get. I put them between the rows because it is just, man, them last two rains, it just trashed me. Look there's nothing growing in here. But I could put some papers down, but I think it'd be more important to put them over here because this is where I'm gonna have the Brussels sprouts. And I'll probably take this row too once the onions are done. Because I have 24. And I don't want to put them too close because they do get pretty wide. We're gonna have some good onions. These are the ones that I seeded. And doggone it if I didn't lose the tags. My husband may have moved it or something, or when he was putting in the water lines, the drip. This does work, and so do the newspapers. Eventually, there will be no weeds. It'll be just dirt underneath. Look how big these tomatoes are getting, or onions are getting. I thought I had Walla Wallas up here, but a lot of them didn't make it, so I didn't think I had very many. Oh, I wish I had my tags. And then I went into the Texas Sweet, and they get fairly big too. And then I got, I had an Italian one. It was more of a oval-shaped onion. And I think that's the end of it. And then I had the burgundies. And I picked a couple of those that look pretty good. And I got one left over here. And when the Brussels sprouts go in here in another week, I'll pull that and hang it up down in the garage, where it's about the driest, coolest place in the summer. What's broccoli doing? And what is and the cabbage? Boy, I don't know. I might get a head or two. They might kind of be oddly shaped, but these got little heads in them this fall. Hopefully I'll have some. We have lots of carrots. We picked a few the other day and we ate them last night. They're just not quite ripe yet, a little bit green, which they're not green, but they taste a little green. They're not quite done yet. Give it another month, we'll have all kinds of carrots. I got the carousel and I got the sugar snacks. And don't ask me to look for my tags because they're in here somewhere. They're probably the only ones that got saved. All right, this broccoli looks like it's about done. I took a piece or two off of it a while back, and it looks like it's about, says, I'm tired. It's probably saying, I'm tired of your crazy weather. And then these onions, these were sets. And you can tell these down here got so much water. Only a couple of them I found that were rotted. When the stems lay over like this, it's about time to pick them. And you can leave them in there. They might get a little bigger. This one looks like, and this is just yellow onions. Oh, there's my clippers. Good grief. These are yellow onions, and then I have red onions too. Love the red onions. And the sets, we don't really know what we get. I think they're just yellow, which is fine. Great for soup, great for a lot of things. Let's see what else we have to look at. My feather top, I took it out from over here because nothing grows here. It just don't. Nothing. Marigolds will grow there. But it's starting to pop up. I don't know if it'll grow any feathers on it, but it's still pretty. I think it's pretty the way it is. If it doesn't grow feathers, fine. If it does, and because I cut it way back because it was really leggy. My daylilies, these are so pretty. I can split them. I'm gonna split them this fall. I want to get some, these are yellow, kind of yellow-orange. And I found some red ones. So I'm gonna kind of mix them in and cut these in half and just spread it all along here. I thought about the other side, but I don't think they'll grow over there. Nothing grows. A hellebore would not grow over there. I don't know what it is. They both died on me last year. I got me a lemon tree, learning all about it. It's a Meyer lemon, which means it's gonna be a sweet lemon. And it'll have, when it's ripe, it'll have a little more orange look to it. So I think it'll be great for lemonade shake-ups. My roses are just putting out the blooms. Oh, very pretty, and they smell so good. So happy. Now these are Madam-Delbard roses. These roses is what we had in our case when I was a floral designer in Chicago. And I loved them. So I went on a hunt a while back, about 3 or 4 years ago, looking for Madam-Delbard roses. Nobody had them. And then heirloom roses popped up. It took me a year to get them. But I'm so happy with them. They're filling out this year, so beautiful. And next year they'll be even stronger. This year, they're still little. They're not completely mature yet, because the stems should be a lot thicker on these. Yes, and they're thorny, but I don't care. I love them. I absolutely love this rose. They smell so good. And these, because this year they've just kind of been not coming out slowly like a rose usually does. This one looks like it did more than the others. But they would just come out and just all of a sudden completely come out. Hopefully next year will be the year for Madam-Delbard roses in my vases. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I've been giving it the rose tone. That's what the fertilizer I give it is, rose tone. Lavenders are all pretty. Still don't know where I'm going to put them. Someday we may make a water feature, and when that happens, I will have plenty of places to put them around the water feature, because when the breeze, and if you've got a little pond there going on and some little goldfish in there, you can smell it. You can sit over here and you'll be able to smell that lavender. I had that back in Eudora when we lived in Eudora. It just, we could sit out there and smell that lavender, and it just, all the day's stress just releases. So relaxing. I cut these way back 3 days ago. 2.5 days ago, and they came back even nicer. This didn't get any water for a couple days, and it was like, it was actually limp over the edge. And I watered it, and it came right back up. And I have 2 more growing too. That's the Gerber daisy. Coleus is always beautiful. Always so beautiful. And the geraniums, and these are the centaureas. They're starting to look a lot better. They were getting thripes on them real bad. And I didn't have them in a good place. Now they're getting the sun like they should. And next year, I think I may put them in my cut flower garden. Not 100% sure, but I'm thinking about it. But I think I will plant them again next year. And I planted those from seed. So I did the geraniums and the coleus. And this is the bee balm from seed. Everything will be a year or two out to mature. And these Tithonia sunflowers, it's like a Mexican sunflower. I had to cut the tops out. They were just too close to my dahlias and my stock cut flower garden. So I had to take them out. So I did, and they just went droop. But they start putting on new leaves. So I said, I'm just going to keep them here. But they're usually tall, real tall. So next year, I'm going to have these here, and I'm also going to have the flamingo feather. I'll show you what that is out in the garden. Some of you who's been following along with me know that I just threw some wild seed in here, and it's starting to come up. The black-eyed Susans, and I have these little things. I don't know what their name is, but it's like a little cone flower, but it's so pretty. It's been ate on, but that's okay. That's what it's here for, most of it. And I have Coreospis in here and all kinds of stuff. Next year it will do a lot better. And this is a wild coneflower as well. They get pretty tall. I need to weed again, but right now I just think I'm going to take it all in. And these are wild carrots, and they just have such pretty blooms. Make sure that it has fuzzy stems, because if they're a straight stem and don't have any fur on them, you know what I mean, like tomatoes, their stems have fur on them. That's all I can say. You know, and if they're real smooth and don't have that on them, that's hemlock, and hemlock is very, very toxic. You want to stay away from that. You want to use gloves to get it out and burn it, because it's super, super toxic to humans, even by the touch. Look at these mahogany splendors. They have just went nuts. So pretty up here. And the black pearl peppers. These little things were so little, and I'm like, you gotta hurry up, girls. Come on, get up there. It's a little off, but it'll be pretty anyway. Very pretty. My mom's, they got little tiny buds on them. Can't wait to see what that looks like when they bloom. And look at these lilies, these rose lilies. This is so huge. It's like a dinner plate. So big, you can't even see my hand anymore. It's so big. It's beautiful. And they smell a little bit like like vanilla. Kind of a spicy vanilla. And there's more. And I'll have more next year too. I think these are them too. They spread a little bit, but that's okay. They're pretty. I just wish they'd all would have come out the same time, all my lilies, but sometimes you just can't get it that way. Cut flower garden is doing beautifully. I have gotten so many gorgeous, gorgeous zinnias. I love these little ones. I could make a vase with just the little ones, because they're so cute. Some of them have been like, when they first came out, they had like orange or yellow petals with purple in the middle. And I thought that was so neat. But I haven't seen any more. They must have matured out of it. But yeah, these zinnias are just spectacular. Absolutely beautiful this year. And my bumblebee dahlia, my orange dahlia. These two definitely going to go up to the house next year. And some of the taller ones, the nicer ones, not that these aren't nice, but I think they'll do better away from each other. And I have this one too. That's really pretty. These three are going to be up at the house. Once we get this side of the house done, I'll put dahlias in there. I'll have to dig up the tubers every year, but I'll have them up there. And this will be in front of the side of the house. Look how many bugs are on that. They are eating. They have slid off. Status and Pampas plume, or no, Gomphrena. These are my cone flowers that will probably not bloom this year. I don't know. They might. Ooh, they got a bud on them. They might before the season ends. This is the flamingo feather. How pretty is that? It just stands so straight. I love that. It's a good structure. So I'm gonna do those with the Tithonians up on this side of the house. It's a side of the house where when people drive by, they can see it. And this is the Pampas plume and my asters. They were looking a little sad yesterday, so I gave them some good water, and hopefully they will grow into some flowers. And feather tops and gazanias and sweet williams all through here. And my beautiful amaranthus. I just love these. They're just so classic looking. These have done wonderful this year. These are very pretty. And so this is my new one for the year. Cafe Latte. So I'll have this one here, this one here, probably the bumblebee one in here, and the orange one in here. And there's some that just didn't make it because they were so squished in here. I got them too close together, and I don't want to do that next year, so I'm going to take some up to the house. And here's the morning sun zinnias. It's funny how different they are. They're bigger, they're prettier, they got, not really prettier, but brighter. And this orange with the dark orange is pretty. And the red is just so bright, so pretty. Purple and white and coral and yellow and orange and pink and every color. Every color. Everything but black. But then my cosmos, they are dropping seed and regrowing. And I do have a amaranthus in here like them, but it didn't grow very far. I think the Cosmo took it over, so I'll know not to do that again. I just thought a red, especially with the orange and yellow here, I thought the red would look beautiful coming out of the top of this, but it just didn't want to grow very tall. I think the Cosmos and the Zinnias took all the energy. I have 3 or 4 different varieties of Cosmos here, and I'm not sure their names, but this is a double one. They're real pretty before the bugs get to it. They're real pretty Cosmo. And then I have an eggshell Cosmo. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I think, oh, this is the eggshell Cosmo. And then just the same ones I had last year. These, but I think these are more like what I had last year. Yes, I wanted different colors. And I love that orange. That orange is so bright and pretty. And yes, last year I think they were a little bit more yellow, but these were just pretty. This is a new variety this year, and so are these. And I think these are the ones I had last year, pretty sure. So, that's it for the flower garden. Our tulip tree is growing. It's got some leaves on it. Watered her real good last night. She's happy. We had six tulip trees. This is the only one that made it. So, I don't know what the problem was. It's just been a year. This year has been crazy. Yep, this is kind of a wild garden, and this is kind of a pretty garden. Little stuff garden. Because I got my cactus in there, and I have a lot of columbine in here because I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought I'm just going to put it all in here, and I filled this up with it too, and I can give it away as it grows and spreads. I can give some away, sell some away, or whatever. But these are mandevillas, and I got this one. This is so gorgeous. This is just a mandevilla. This is a vining mandevilla. So it will climb. I think next year I'll get one earlier on, so it'll climb up. My clematis does okay, but it's still young. So we'll see how it does next year. And I'll probably put a mandevilla over here, because it's not going to go over the top yet, that's for sure. But it's still growing. It is growing. Just give it some time. Patience. Patience. I'm one of those. I love to seed my stuff. Like these. I seeded these. These didn't do so well, but they're the original, not really the original ones. I seeded these too. My original one died in the storage unit last winter because it got down to minus 25 degrees. So I got some seed and I started to make more, and this one's finally getting some buds, but it might be better out there somewhere in full sun. But I'm going to try it there, and I'll cover it and mulch it real good this winter and see if it can take a winter here. If it dies, then I'll know that they can't live here, and you can't keep it in the ground. You have to keep it in a pot or dig it up every year and put it in a pot. This just didn't do very good here. I don't know what the deal is. I've kept it wet, but it just, I don't know. This one looks pretty decent, but a lot of dead underneath it. And there's my husband's marigolds. I'll show you the hibiscuses, see if they're blooming over here in the little pots. They were pretty a couple days ago, but now no pretty blooms to see, but they've got some good buds on them, and they'll bloom out again here in a day or two, and I can get some seed off of them. This will grow, and it'll get brown and turn into a seed pod. So That's what we're waiting for. But now I know what color a lot of them are. These haven't bloomed yet. They've got this has been growing like crazy, but no buds on it. And sometimes plants will do that. They want to get big before they have a big show. So this one has a bud on it. I'll be able to tell what color it is this year. Because some are like a white, pink with red in the middle of them. So pretty, very pretty. And then some of them are red. And that's it. That's it for today. You've seen it all. I'll talk to you later and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.